Hello, 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 and welcome. Oh my goodness, I'm feeling it's a Friday night, isn't it? It's a Friday night. And you know what? I feel like it's not Friday because, like Friday night, because it's still light outside. We have to get these more after dark. Whenever we started out, it was so dark. I felt like it was so dark. Now it is light. All right, but that's okay. We are here. So who do we have here? We have new member Bobby, Dr. Bobby. Hello, hello. Join the fold at the Downsizing Diva. I love that. I love that. Welcome. We have to give her some confetti. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me find this little confetti. Yay, Dr. Bobby. Now I don't know if she's in here right now. This was kind of put in the chat when I started. And then we, of course, we know we have Harjareen, who is a member now. So let's give her some confetti. I think we did that the last time. So I love that. All right, all right. So who do we have in the chat tonight? We have Lakeisha. Hello, Lakeisha. How are you? We have Lakeisha. We have Felicia, Felicia Marie B. I got to say that whole name. I love that. We have Mel to the B. Lakeisha and Felicia. That rhymes. It does. Happy Friday. We have who else? Pammy. Pammy. I just love saying Pammy. How are you? My fellow teacher friend from California. What is it like in California? What is the weather like? We have Jen. Hey Jen, how are you? How are you? Jamisha, how are you? How are you? How are you guys doing? I feel like we are old friends, like meeting up, right? I love that. All right, so I wanted last week I didn't, wasn't able to do a live stream because of my daughter, and I'm sure you guys you already know about that. So, and she's on the mend. Thank you to the people that made comments and reached out and was concerned about her. She is on the mend, so that is so cool. But wasn't able to go live last week, and I wanted to follow up with that, relationship coach that we had on. And I want to pronounce her name correctly. Let me make sure I pronounce it correctly. You guys know how I am with these names. All right. So I don't want to say it wrong. Nadia. I was going to say it wrong. So I'm glad I looked it up. Nadia Edwards. And if you guys thought she was cool, I thought she was cool. She did a nice job of explaining, her whole philosophy with aligned love. I love that, aligned love. And she did a great job of explaining it. And it was, like a week and a half ago. So I don't know if you guys remember, maybe 2 weeks, right? Technically, I guess it's was it a week ago or 2 weeks ago before when she was here 2 weeks ago. So I don't know if you remember some of the things she's saying. So we'll do a little review, but I just wondered what you guys thought about, what she talked about. And I am going to order her book. I'm going to order her book. And I didn't get to that. When all that stuff started happening with my daughter, I didn't get a chance to. But if you are interested, I'm going to put that link in the chat. Let's see. Is it going to show up? Oh, here it is. So I'm like, is it going to show up? When I said, is it going to show up? I wondered if the hyperlink would show up. And this lady, I just met Nadia, just like you guys did. I probably talked to her, we, back and forth to prepare for this, but she's new to me like she is to you guys. I just found her to be a very nice lady, seemed very authentic. And I just want to support her in her endeavors and her book, what she's trying to do. I know she has a group that she meets with, a group of women over the summer. She's having like a core hope group that you could get together with if you were interested in doing that. But one thing I found out after we met is that she has a channel. I said, why didn't you mention you have a YouTube channel? So I don't know if anybody's checked out her YouTube channel, but I'm going to put it up here so you can see her YouTube channel. And then she also has a dating quiz. So I'm going to put all this in the description when we're done. But I just want to share her YouTube channel. I'm going to be checking her out on that YouTube channel. Here's the YouTube channel. My light is flittering on and off. I don't know what's up with this light. I have a new light that I haven't put together yet. So if you come on here and see me shining, looking like I'm blinged out, it's probably my new light. So this one might go on and off, but that's okay. That's okay. It's not going to deter us tonight. So let's see. Okay, one more thing about Miss Nadia. Okay, this light. And then I bought this little light. Where is that little light? It reminds me of like this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. I have a little light, and I don't know. Oh, it's so little. It's in my desk here, and I could. This should look be This should be easy to put together. Look at this. This should be easy to put for me to put together, but it's not. So I couldn't figure out how to get this thing. It's supposed to clip here and make a light. I said, just in case something happens and this big light goes out, I can't figure it out. And I'm good in technology. I cannot figure out how to work this light. So I need to put this light. I got a big gigantic light. I'm going to be working on that. I don't even know if I'll get to it this weekend. I have so much going on this weekend. So we shall see. But anyway, if the lights go out, don't let it bother you. You know, we're just going to work through it. As long as I can see, that's fine. All right. So let's go back to her. And I just want to give one more. And then I just want to share one more thing before we dive into the topic here. So that's her YouTube channel. That's Nadia Edwards. So she's a nice lady. I thought she was a beautiful lady too. Very, very, very put together. Okay. So let me share one last thing and then we'll jump right in. I see we have some more people that came in here. She had her telephone number. I started to copy her number by mistake and put it on here. That would have been a big oops. Okay, all right. So she she has a quiz, and actually the hyperlink did not copy on here. That's okay. I'm gonna put it in the description of the video. But I need to take that quiz. I know she's probably like, why didn't this girl take the quiz? Well, so much stuff was going on with my daughter. Remember, my daughter was also not feeling well leading up to her being hospitalized. So it's really been things going on, kind of back and forth. But she does have a quiz, and this is the quiz. And I'll put the hyperlink in the chat. The quiz is free, and the YouTube channel is free. It's just if you are interested in buying her book, that's the only thing. And so I am going to take the quiz. I haven't done that yet, but I plan to do that. And May is just going to be a busy month for me. I was telling somebody I'm not going to have a lot of time to do a lot of things. I'm ending that my school year and all of that. But I do plan on taking this dating reset quiz. And so I'm going to put the link in the chat if anybody, in the description. If anyone is interested in that, it is free. Again, I will say it is free. So if you are married and you're on here, so I know we have Kim J, Sweet Healthy Life came in. So did Simply Taisha, and I already saw Pammy. Pam came in. We are if you're married, we need your help with this too. So don't think you can't participate in this discussion. But I want to know, what do you guys think she meant? And if you remember, that's even better. What does she mean by aligned love? Because her book is called The Dating Reset, a later dater's guide to aligned love, which some of you have said you've been married twice or three times even. So obviously you were looking for love later too. So what do you think that means? What do you think that means? Let's see. I'm trying to see if I have the name of the book, because that might give you a clue. I don't have it still written on here. But it's called her book is called The Dating Reset, a Later Dater's Guide to Aligned Love. And so she talks about aligned love, and I think that is perfect for after weight loss. And if you're a woman that has, had a renewed sense of confidence, or you just are ready to date, like I think I am, what do you think that means to be aligned love? What did she say? Type in the comments. What do you think she meant by that? Does anybody remember? What does that mean to have aligned love? And I think she did, that was one of my questions. So I know she did answer it. Wow. Okay. I see. Okay. Align. Okay. Okay. We have some guesses here. Some predictions. Okay. What do you guys think? All right. She talked about, I think, let's see. Felicia and Mel hit that word, like the one word she kept talking about with the aligned love. Pam, what do you think aligned love? Oh, similar values. Okay. Taisha, I was going to say the married people, you might know this already. What do you think aligned love means? And it really is, that word aligned is appropriate for, you know, what you would think it means, basically, and lining up with basically what she says. All right. So I guess that's all the guesses. Okay. So aligned love is, you are right. Aligned love is clarifying your core values, lining up with your core values. And she kept coming back to that, right? You know, I remember when we asked her, someone asked her, I don't know who it was, but someone said, you know, if you find this guy and he does A, B, C, and D and he doesn't do E, you know, is that a reason to just, like, you know, say deuces, goodbye, can't do this? And she basically, she wouldn't say yes or no, right? She kept saying, are you aligned? Does he align with your core values? So she kept talking about our core values. So let's just start there. In order to be aligned, you have to have, the person has to be with your core, aligned with your core values. So I want you guys to tell me in the chat, and I'm going to do this right now because I haven't thought about it. What are your, let's see, what are your top 5 core values? Let's go with 5, like something you can't negotiate on. What would those be? Your top 5. And I think I've written this down before, but just not here on YouTube. What are my core values? Like something that I cannot, it's a core value would be something that would be a deal breaker, right? You guys know what deal breakers are. What are your what are your top values? And if somebody didn't have this, it would be a deal breaker. And I'm gonna write mine down. And if you're married, what are yours? You should still have those core values, because what if you're, you know, they're broken, right? What if things change? So what are your core values? Mm, uh, let's see. All right, I have 3 of them. Dang, I shouldn't have looked up because Pam gave me a good word that I wanted to write down. Now, when she, you know, my thing is when she says core, when we say core values, like the words I use, they don't line up with like a drinker, a smoker. I don't know what category. Maybe you guys can help me figure out what category to put that into. Um, let's see. Okay, so all right, so I see you guys are putting that in. You guys have 4. You have 1, 2, 3. You guys only have 3. I do have 5. All right, all right. See, some of mine I think are so important they didn't make the top 5. So mine, I have spiritual, relationship with God, truthful, family oriented, respectful, and loyal. And so, yeah, but I feel like some of my other things, like, you know, having a pension. I'm sorry, but you know, being financially stable and you're, you know, having your own thing going on. I didn't put that, but that is important. Would that be a deal breaker? It would be. So I got to put that in my top 5. So I guess truthful and loyal, I'm going to put those as a tag team, right? They kind of go together. So I'm going to say financially stable. I'm too old to be now if anything can happen where you could, you know, not be, eventually I get that. But you got to start out with it. Um so I have spiritual relationship with God, truthful, loyal, family oriented, respectful, financially stable. So what do you guys have? What do you guys have? All right, Pam says, shocking that me and my husband have been together since high school and we are now in the late 50s. We were teen parents, but waited to get married until we were 22 and 26. Wow, very good. High school, geez, Louise, that's a long time. And people are saying aligned with your morals, your values. Very good. Seems like when there's similar goals in a relationship, you share core values with your partner, similar values. Very good, very good. Um, so Pamela, her three are respect, committed relationship, and loyal. Okay, very good, very good. Monogamy. And that probably would go with loyal, right? Being monogamous. Faithful, that's the number one. These married ladies are on it. Faithful, kind, loving, compassionate, a good human being. Okay, all right, very good. Pammy says compromising and listening to each other. Those are good ones. Yeah, somebody willing to do that. Felicia, she's also married, right? She says respectful, emotional intelligence. That's a good one. Emotional intelligence and want a commitment. Yes, yes, yes. I love that. I love those. All right. Respectful, loyal, faithful. And I feel like if you are faithful, if you are respectful, you're going to be loyal and faithful, right? They kind of all go hand in hand in that little bunch. Belief in God, Mel says healthy living, loves their family, financially stable, shared character. So values and political leanings. Okay, so that's important to you, right? All right, very good. So so if you were with the political party, the triangles, you wouldn't want somebody that was with the political party, the squares. Is that what you're saying, Mel? I would think that would be hard. Is anybody in here affiliate with a certain political party and their spouse is the total opposite? And if so, how does that work out for you? How does that work out? Pam says spiritual too. Okay. Me and my honey both came from financial struggle. So I think that is different when you're together. Yes, at a younger age, right? I think that's why um, you know, in the olden and golden days, people got married young, right? Because you grow together, you gain wealth together, you start a family together. You have your experiences with those people. So you would excuse the financial whatever, or that wouldn't be maybe the biggest deal for you because you both came along when you just were starting out. I love that. I love that. Okay, because now I want a lot. You want a lot more money. Well, get out there and get it. Okay, she says, "Oh wait, he was 23 and I was 23 and he was 26." Okay, very good. Hi, Lori. Hi, Lori. How are you? Look at you, looking all cute. Okay, she says Christian, loyal, compassion, job or retired, accountable. Accountable. What do you mean by accountable? I love that word, accountable. Yes, indeed. It wouldn't work for me personally, but much respect to those who can look past, especially in these times. Yeah. Can you imagine in these times not be having the same political affiliation and trying to have a romantic relationship, right? Even a romantic relationship, I would think that would be super tough because I'd be like, don't kiss me. Don't do it. Oh my goodness. All right, very good. So those are some of the things that we are looking for. Now, one of the things she talks about is clarifying your core values. That's one. Understanding what it truly means to be in a relationship, identifying partners who align with those values. So we see that those are the values we're looking for. She also talks about breaking old patterns. What do you think she means by that? Breaking old patterns. So when you have an aligned love, you're also breaking old patterns. So what do you think that means? Hmm. Ooh, what do you guys think? Oh, Kim came in here with a nice one. She says, striving to be more spiritually minded, respectful, romantic, committed, values, and in your marriage. Okay, very good. Spiritually minded, respectful, romantic. I love how she said romantic. You don't really see that a lot. Okay, very good. Committed, right. Very good. And I would think committed means when you're committed and respectful, you're not you're not being disrespectful in the marriage. It's stepping outside the marriage because you're respectful, you're committed, right? So all those things kind of go hand in hand. That's why I wanted to like group mine together because so instead of saying like excuse me, I'm sorry, guys. Instead of saying like committed, I would say respectful, right? Because if he's respectful, he's committed. If he's loyal, he's not cheating. So I think that kind of go hand in hand. So Mel says breaking old patterns, stop picking the same doggone type of man, do something different, and go outside the proverbial box. That's a great way to look at it. Okay. Yeah, I like Kim's too. She says, right, Mel. Yes. And so she says, recognizing and moving away from reoccurring, unfulfilling dating behavior. So if you're dating the same type of guy, then try something new. Ooh, I guess my light was like, don't do that. Try something new, try something different. If you're dating the same type of a guy. Okay. Am I dating the same type of guys? I don't know. I think all the guys I've dated have looked different. I think they're all different. The one thing I think they lacked was I don't know. I don't know. I don't really date the same. I do date different. I guess they probably lack that wherewithal to like make it, to go the marathon instead of the sprint. So did I. I guess I probably did too. It says, okay, so what else? She also talks about healing your past wounds, which we, kind of know that. What are some past wounds that you guys have that Taisha said all her, your relationships, your husband, that you were married 3 times, third time's a charm. You said all of them were different. Okay, very good, very good. I love that. You said I am well 90%. I mean, I am well 90% like my eating 90/10. Okay, all right, very good, very good. So when they say healing past wounds, what do you guys think she means by that? And have you guys had any trauma in relationships? Any relationship traumas? I think I've been traumatized with the cheating. I think that has traumatized me. Cheating. Is there been anything that has traumatized you? My ex and current are different. Okay, so you went a different route and it paid off, right? Because now you've been married, I want to say 29 years, 26 or 29. I can't remember. I want to say it's 29. Maybe it's 26. Sorry, yeah. I can't remember which one it is, 26 or 29. Whatever it is, it's impressive. What is it? 26. Okay. Yes, that's impressive. Jeez Louise, impressive. I love that. And I love the little date night videos and stuff you guys have. I think that's cool. I think dating your spouse is I love that became a thing. Like, taking time out for just the two of you, especially when you have kids involved, taking time out with the two of you to kind of, keep that romantic fire burning. I think that's so important. Very good. You would think I didn't sleep last night. I really did sleep good. That's probably why I'm feeling tired. That Mounjaro tiredness. Okay, what are you guys saying? Healing. I've been traumatized with controlling men, but then what part is attributed to me? And when you say controlling, can you explain that a little bit more? Yep, there are some traumatic things that I've kept to myself that I would never, ever, ever endure again. Never, ever. Yes, yes, yes. I bet. It's all good. We've been together 30 years, married 26. Okay. All right. Very good. I remember thinking you're so close to 30. 27 in August. Jeez Louise. I pray that I learned more this summer. What do you mean by that, Mel? What do you mean you pray you learn more? Now, this is the last thing, and then we're going to talk about what she said about being picky, because that was probably one of my favorite statements that she made the whole night. So another thing she says is you have to date with intention. What do you guys think that means? And also, I think dating your spouse with intention too. Because if I were married, I would tell my spouse, let's date. We still got to date, because I know that happens a lot when they're trying to get you. Now, Pam, you've been with your husband since high school. Do you guys still date as of now? I saw my older sister struggle with being married several times when she dated different men in the last 5 years. The man was romantic and fell in love too fast. Then their adult kids were the issue. Oh, no. I could see that. Jeez Louise. Oh, she says, oh, male, summer love. Not really. We need to do that. Okay, so you really haven't dated. Okay. Do you feel like like a in your marriage, like, do you feel like you're doing the same old thing? Like, you've been married for a long time. In other words, how do you keep it spicy? Or even if you don't even need to have it spicy, how do you stay married? How do you stay together? What do you do? What's the trick? What's that trick, Pammy? And what does your husband think about all this weight you lost and you want to have skin reduction surgery? What does he think about that? Mel says, asking where I am, mad when I'm not in front of them, not trusting me. Okay, all right, very good. It seems like this is anger going on behind me too, like the flashing on and off. So asking where you are. Okay, so why do you think the men thought that they could control you like that? For me, dating in it with intention means, I guess I'm thinking, looking at it like, and I guess for her too, setting the intention up front. Like, we're dating just to date. And one of the things she said was you should date multiple men. Remember that? She said you should date. She dated before she met her husband and they got married so fast. She dated multiple men. She dated, and she said she wasn't sexually involved or intimate with them. She just was out here dating. And I think a lot of times women don't do that. And I know some people are just going to do that. They're going to find one person, that's who they like. They're going to zero in and focus on that. But she really advocated for dating around until you find someone that checks off everything on your core values list, right? She talked about doing that. So I think that that's so important if your intention is to find like your partner. So what do you guys think about that? I believe men like that are highly insecure. Sounds like it. Nadia says they don't feel safe. That's one thing I took away from that night. So the controlling man, you mean? Are you talking about the controlling man? Lord, I don't have the energy to date multiple men. But I think you can do it. Maybe two, maybe three. You can date it. That sounds like a lot of energy and effort. And it's like, okay, if you dated two, that works out because you could have a date on Friday, date on Saturday, or you could have a date on Sunday, a date on Saturday, Sunday, and have your Friday. I always consider Friday a date night. So when I stop doing these, you guys are gonna be like, she got a boyfriend. But I think so, but I think that's good. But where would you fit the third one in? Maybe coffee on Sunday? Like, how are you gonna fit that third person in? I don't know. And I feel like if a guy really likes you, they nail they nail it down. Like, they try to claim it. But they may not be staying faithful and doing all that, but they don't want you out there, right? Because I experience that a lot. Guys want to get together, like Pam said, her sisters, the guys she meets, because guys don't want to share you, but they want to share themselves. And that is where the fairness is not good, right? Let's see. All right, Pam, you're telling us the secret. Kim says, I agree, Taisha, and oftentimes they're the problem. It's me. What's that song? Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Is that Taylor Swift? I think that's a Swiftie. Pam says, my honey was always kind. I love the way you say my honey. That's so sweet. You had me at honey. My honey was always kind and never made a deal about my weight gains and losses. And he sees how I struggle with other people's comments. But now we have fun doing physical trips, hiking, walking. All right, so Pam, I gotta know. What do you mean people's comments? What are the folks saying? What are people saying? And yeah, tell me, what are they saying now? I don't like that. We go to the beach alone and with the grandkids, and sometimes, and then you're going to Disney a lot too. I saw that on your channel. That's so fun. Kim says, I feel you on that, Jim, but I understand why people do. Yeah. And I think we got to keep in mind, you're just dating, right? You're not sexual, intimate, you're just getting to know people. There'll be a problem alone. There'll be a problem alone because I don't do insecurity in friendships or relationships. What do you mean by friendships? How are friendships, what do people do that are insecure in the friendship? Dating multiple men sounds exhausting. It does, doesn't it? And I don't know how some men juggle 2 and 3 women. And I can see 2 though. I can see 2. Sometimes he will mountain bike while I walk and we meet at the inn and go on little trips together. That's so cool. Dating is a part-time job. It is. It sure is. I would and will date a few men at a time. Yeah, I think that's okay. Remember, it's not sexual because people like to connect it to that. I have asked him what he thought about me getting a breast lift, and he says, do what I want. He wants me to feel good. Okay, I love that. Dating multiple men is actually fun. I'm not talking about being intimate with multiple men, but dating was fun to me. I agree. Dee Dee, you have me yawning. Long day. Yep, Gen F plus identifying men to date is a part-time job. It is. I would say that. Oh man, I've been getting comments from family and others saying I look too skinny. And so what do you say back to that, Pam? She said, "Ooh, that's a word, Taisha." Pam says, "I mean, massage from a dis. I mean. Oh, wait, I'm thinking. I mean, like you're saying. I mean, you're saying I had a mean message from a distant cousin saying I looked like I was only 110 pounds, and she wouldn't be surprised if she heard I had passed away. What, Pam? Okay, I was gonna say what you did, but you said, wait a minute, let me tell you what I did. You said I blocked her and I'm strength training so I can rebuild this muscle loss. So do you know exactly how much muscle you lost? Have you gotten a DEXA scan, Pam? I wonder. Pam. And Pam, remind us again how much weight you lost. A lot. You probably lost a whole person. I always say, I think you lost like 3 of my daughter's sizes. Like yeah. All right, here I go again, waiting on Pam. Oh, geez, Louise. Linda, hello, Linda's Journey. How are you? She says, late to the chat. Better late than never. I love it. Wow, Pammy, I didn't see that coming. Me either. Good for you, Pam. She says, I felt like I needed to give them an update, and I told them I'm 150 pounds, and I lost 160 pounds. Oh my gosh. So you emailed this cousin, and that's what they wrote back. Well, good grief, family. What's going on? Thank you, Taisha. Right. That mean comment crushed me. Oh man. So Pam, is it giving you feeling self-conscious? Is it making you feel self-conscious at all? I hope not. I hope not. You look great. Oh my gosh. Wow, Pam, that was disrespectful. Sorry you had to deal with that. I think what it is, and I've wondered, it's be a while before I get that. But I think when you start losing and you start having these bones show, let's see if I could get mine going. I can't do mine, Pam. Look at that. Oh, there it is. Look, it still got this fat, Pam, to come through. But I think when people start seeing that, I think that's what they start saying, like, oh, you lost too much weight, because I guess we're used to seeing that area, not a lot. We're used to seeing it, not with just you, but with anybody. We're used to seeing that area get, having like, not being so thin right there. And so I remember when my mom, I first realized my mom was getting old because my mom looked young. Like people thought we were sisters all the time. They would mistaken us for sisters. And when I remember seeing when she started getting this neck like I got, but she, my mom was saying she didn't lose and then she got the neck. She just got the neck because she was older. And when you're older and you don't have a lot of, that's why these celebrities and stuff are getting that collagen and all that, to fill them out, the fillers. When you start getting older and you start slimming down, you start getting that. And my mom started getting that. And I remember thinking, my mom is getting older. I remember seeing the little things in her neck and the collarbone here. So I think people aren't used to seeing that. I think it's one thing to think something, it's a totally another thing to say it. Like, geez, oh man, people can be so mean. And the fact that you took that to heart, and I didn't want to say it, but I don't have to because my girl Mel is coming up in the rear. She's like giving me that alley-oop. Bam, that cousin is a hater. Sorry, cousin, but the truth is the truth. Oh, and she said my scale must be lying. Well, now she's sounding a little jealous though, Pam. Jeez Louise. You took your power back by blocking her. Very good. Yes, people are saying hi to Miss Linda. Right, I did because now I cover up my bones. LOL. You do? Oh, Pam, how do you do that though? Because you're in California. How are you covering that up? I realize it does get cold in California, but not like how it is here. Like if I wore a turtleneck today, I would have been fine in this Ohio weather. Mel says she is the queen of blockers. I'm the queen of blockers. Mel is. I had this comment. I remember I wrote this thing about I had this diversity quote up, and somebody wrote on my on my thing. And I happened to be talking to Mel that night, and somebody wrote a comment saying something negative about diversity. And so I was like, how should I handle this? And Mel was like, I just gotta block them. I was like, okay, Mel. She's like, well, yes, goodbye. Yes, they see that upper chest, shoulders, and face looking bony. Yeah, 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 yeah. They do. They do. And I'm gonna be honest and admit I've seen that before too with people. And before I knew that and had a person to talk to about it, before you realize that they're healthy, they just are slim, because we're not really used to seeing that. And so, but that's why I say it's a way to say things and a way to talk to people. I so understand why people are so mean, so mean, so mean. Then when I posted a video of lifting weights, and aunt and uncle asked if I was trying to be a toothpick. Jeez, I guess your family is going to be coming at you real hard and just raw and uncut. I'm so sorry. Should have gotten a block up the oops upside your head. It said oops upside your head. Oh no, cousin. Yeah, because it really did make me cry. And that time it's like it's like an SOS, right? This lights, it's like an SOS when you said that. She made you cry this time. Oh, it's hard. It's been cooler, and yeah, I can't really cover my neck, LOL. So are you internalizing? So you must have internalized that. Do you feel that way about yourself, Pam? Because you must have internalized that you are now trying to cover yourself up. Not just that comment. I see you have a bunch of them. What about the subscribers here on YouTube? Or you're on TikTok. TikTok is fearless. I mean, have they made comments? We want to help you handle that. That's just, geez, Louise. And Pam says, well, Taisha is laughing at somebody. Hey, everyone. I'm sorry to hear that, Pammy. This is part of why I don't share with family. They believe they have the right to come out of pocket just because. No thanks. Delilah came in with that great comment. Thank you. Hey, Delilah. I have realized that they are used to seeing us larger, and I always melt from the top to the bottom. And I think we look different than people who were always thinner. Yes, probably so. And you're right. People are used to seeing us look a certain way. I did for days, but I'm working on it. Okay. Okay. So you're working on it. Oh man. Yeah. I don't want that to, just make you feel bad about yourself and take your confidence away. I like my collarbones. I mean, I believe a woman's decollete, what is that called? Decollete? Decollete. It's beautiful. and sexy. Okay, very good. I do too. I do too. Now you can't really see yours a whole lot in the profile pic, but I can see yours too, Mel. When I see somebody like that, I just think that I say, I say they're, they just look thin to me, but I'm not used to seeing that with certain people. So I guess when you first see it, it might be a little jarring, but then you get used to it and it's just them, right? But you don't make a comment like that. Yeah. So Taisha says, I feel thankful to have an extremely supportive family. It sucks to see people who don't have the same. That is so true. That is so true. Funny that no one on there, just the family. And I went off on a coworker who asked me if I was having body image issues. So I let her have it. Good for you. I'm going to give you some confetti. Now, I'm not doing it because you went off, but I'm doing it because I feel like you stood up for yourself. Oh, Pammy Pam, you stood up for yourself. I love that. I love that. I think you have to do that. You're probably so nice. I can see you. And I have this syndrome too, where I'm so nice that people who don't know me think that they could just, not be nice. Once you know me, I'm not putting up with that. But I think a lot of times when people don't realize, that you're going to speak up for yourself, they tend to do things, right, that they wouldn't do to somebody who's not giving off that nice energy like that. Jack Devani, I love that name, and it's a snail there. I love it. I'm fat, and I've never felt that anyone was interested in me. But I don't think anyone will change even after I lose weight. Some people are just attractive, and some people aren't. And you know what? I will say to that, there is still somebody for everybody. It really is. Have you guys ever, and I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm telling you, I've seen some people who, would probably not think that they're the best lookers. And I always see those people that are booed up with people. When I say booed up, I mean like a boyfriend, girlfriend. I see a lot of people that I wouldn't consider, they be running for Mr. or Miss Universe or Mr. Universe, and they have spouses. So I don't know if it has anything to do with always looks. I think it can be how you feel about yourself. So um, you know, so you're fat. So when you say you're fat, like what is that? We know fat, overweight, but there's levels to it. I think Jen said that before. There's levels to being fat. And so are you to the level where you think you're so fat that nobody's gonna want you? Do you know there's like a sites and things for people who just like plus size men and women? So I don't think it's that. You might feel like maybe who you like might not like you, but I think there's somebody out there for everybody. And without knowing you, I'm confident enough to say that. And not knowing how you look, I'm just confident enough to say that because I know that to be true. And even me, I mean, I don't know. Do you consider me not attractive? I don't have anybody. So, I mean, geez Louise. We gotta change that. We gotta change that mindset. We gotta get that confidence going. I embrace all the skinny biatch comments. I thank you with a hair flip. Thank you. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. Goodness. Is that so? Do you guys consider that a compliment for somebody to call you skinny? Would you consider that a compliment? Now, let me just say, in my weight and size, I probably would. I don't know if Pam would. Obviously, Pam would not but if somebody just said skinny and thin, that's one thing. But saying toothpick, and I don't know, Pam, does the word skinny bother you now? It sounds like it does. Um, I don't know. We want to give you some confidence in here, but you know how to handle the haters. You do. Let's give Pam some more confetti because she knows how to handle the haters. She did the top two things, I would say. Let's give her some more confetti here. She blocked those haters. She blocked the haters. And then she told the lady at work off. Like, what else could you do? I think you did the two things you could do. And I wouldn't, the cousin, I don't know. You guys might meet up at a family reunion or something. That's the thing about family. They're not that easy to, have them kick rocks. But you know, you could certainly not have interactions with her unless you had to. I kept asking my doctors, yeah, that cousin was extreme. Yeah, that's just not cool. Not cool. My cousin that's listening, I think she might be. You better not say anything about me. You better not say that. If I slim down, you better not be mean. Jeez, Louise. Oh, Jack, I'm sorry to hear you feel that way. To me, what makes someone attractive is their personality. Yes, yes, yes. I could definitely see my collarbones. LOL. It was only missing for about 14 years. And I was in the lost and it's found with Zepbound. How about that? Found with Zepbound. I love it. Yes, thank you so much, friends. Yes, yes, yes. Pam, Pam, Pam. We love you. Yes, yes, yes. I'm not going to even try to break down that word for you, Dee Dee. Love ya. That's where my phonics coach is, Delilah. Break it down. What is it called? Chat GTP me the correct pronunciation. Jack, there is someone for everywhere. Yeah, let's talk to Jack because we got to get Jack to have that confidence like that your person is out there. Your person is out there. You know, what are your core values? And I think you're just saying you don't even attract a person, right? And that is true. I'm not gonna try to act like everybody is the attractive person. People think everybody's attractive, but I do know what's attractive to me. I have this one friend, and the guys she thinks are attractive, I do not. I do not. So my taste might be a little bit different. Everybody's taste is different, and what they're looking for and how somebody looks like right off the bat, right? Um, so yeah, I don't know. Wow, Jack, interesting that you feel that way. I think a lot of people feel like Jack. I just think a lot of people don't say it. Hi, Jack. Nice to have a gentleman in here. Yes, yes, yes. And the gentleman that's saying that too. Like some people don't say stuff like that. I'm chuckling on the inside because of the fact that I'm tall and been told I'm intimidating. No one ever gives me negative comments or unsolicited. That's because you're intimidating. They're afraid to say it. Oh my gosh, and you're tall. How tall are you? I think you told us before. Are you 5'9"? That's tall for a lady. Are you 5'9"? Jack, if that were true, then everyone would end up with someone. Some people never find anyone. Might be mental issues or self-esteem or looks. It just depends. Well, you are right about one thing. It is something. But I do feel that it's true. It is someone for everyone. I do feel that's true. I really, really do. I'm not just telling you that. I honestly do. Um, yeah, and I have to believe that, right? Because I'm out here hoping to have a partner here sooner or later. Decolletage. Okay, decolletage. All right, thank you, Taisha. Love it, love it, love it. Lori says it's all about the inner person. I want someone to like me for me and not just for my looks. Right, because looks fade or looks can somehow something can happen where your looks aren't there. I think people that lead on looks, I don't know if you I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but I don't know if you guys watch the Basketball Wives. Do you guys know what that is? Do you know who Evelyn Lozada is? Like she's on the Basketball Wives. You guys know who she is? Let me go down because if you guys don't know who she is, it's no use in me. I could probably show a picture of her, but you have to know who she is and how she looks to get this. What I'm about to say. Hurry up before I forget what I'm gonna say. Oh, oh no, no, no! I think that's funny. I don't get. I told you, Mel. I'm not sensitive, so the things don't bother me. If that bothered me, I would have said something when it a long time ago. Now I just think it's funny. You guys are helping the teacher pronounce these words. I love it. Even if I could pronounce the words at this point, I'd just let you guys help me because I think it's so funny. All right. You know her from Miami. Yes, it says the how. What did I call it? Basketball Wives. Yeah, the Basketball Wives. You know who she is. Okay, so I brought up her to say, I wish I could show a picture, but I don't know how this whole YouTube works or, whatever. If I get a strike for showing a picture, you know, that's a copyright picture, so I don't just want to go to a photo. But she was a beautiful lady. She still is a beautiful lady, but now she's, I don't know if she's 50 or close to 50. She has a grown daughter. She had her daughter at 16, and her daughter's a grown daughter. Her daughter just had a baby with this rapper. I don't know if you guys know her story. But anyway, so I bring her up to say, now that she's older, people are saying she, because she's had, she's dated, it's called Basketball Wife. So she had a baby with a basketball player the 16-year-old daughter. Then the daughter she had at 16, who's like 20 something now. She might even be 30 for all I know. And then, so she also had a baby with a famous rich baseball player. And so she dates, well-to-do rich men, athletes. I guess athletes are really her thing. And so she's dating these people, right? These athletes, this and that. So now that she's gotten older, I just heard, they just had a new season come out, and it was a new episode, and the commentary was saying that she does not look like she used to look. She's not looking good anymore. They were basically saying that now that she's older, she's kind of lost her, the prettiness, the pretty vibes that she had going on. And they were basically telling her that she needs to find like a regular smuggler, doctor, lawyer, Uber driver, anybody, to date, like just a regular guy with a 9 to 5, because that's probably all she's going to get. Now, I personally didn't think that she looked that bad. I didn't think that she looked that bad, but she doesn't look bad at all. But you could see that she's aged. But my point was, she's one of those women that people say have relied on her looks, and now that she doesn't have her looks, they say she's not known for being like the smartest person in the room, but I'm sure she's smart to get where she has gotten in her life. And they were saying that all she has relied on all her life is her good looks and her body, and that's it. And so now that that's fading, she doesn't have anything else to go off of. So do I know that? No, because I don't know her personally. But so we do know, looks do fade. That was my point. Looks do fade over time. And so you have to have something else, right? And if you're leading with looks, looks fade. And I think, looks are important. I always hear people say, people aren't always honest. Let's just say that when it comes to looks, they are not. And, you have those people who say everybody is nice looking and everybody is pretty, and knowing that they're not. So I get that, because I think Jack is saying like, oh yeah, you guys are just saying that. But I can find something pretty about everybody. But is everybody pretty and nice looking in this world? Let's just face it, they are. It's not. I mean, I that is true. But I think there are other things to lead with than just your looks, because like I say, looks definitely fade. In this case, sounds like intimidating is a good thing. I'm a sugar, spice, and everything nice until you come for me. I know who she is. Okay, good. Evelyn, what do you think? Have you guys seen her recently? Do you think she still got it? I think she's a beautiful lady. I think women have to learn how to age gracefully. A lot of times, if you have money, it's you tweak and tweak and tweak until you don't look like yourself. And so I don't think she's done that yet, but I think after this season, she might. Oh, and the coworker who I had to get back at actually helped me this week and showed me some variations of planks, and she even commented that I was strong. See that? There you go. Once you set boundaries with people, they either ship up or ship out. I love that. I love that you set boundaries with her. So now she's being nice and kind. Okay, very good. Let's see how long that lasts with you, Pam. I watch Basketball Wives. Oh, do you really? Okay, very good. Okay, we got it. She had a baby with the baseball player also. Yes. Yeah, she sure did. Her son he's getting up there. He's a cutie. I also watch Housewives, several doctors in that show. Watch Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, Housewives of Atlanta, yes. She married Ocho Cinco. Yeah, she was married to him for all of 6 months? Married a football player. Yes, she married Ocho Cinco. That is rude. They've been getting on her. I mean, saying that about Evelyn, yes. Well, she does apply to many. She does. What do you mean she does apply? Well, that does apply to many folks. Okay. It's not that she's not beautiful, but she has ran her course through the industry. She will need to find a square. You know what? You're probably right about that. When you say ran her course through the industry, and everybody is so small, right? Everybody knows everybody. But I guarantee you, there's people out there that still want to date her, I would say, because she has a name for herself, if nothing else. I know I can see a fine, like super fine person, and their personality is so foul, they are no longer attractive to you. I think it works the other way too. You are 100% correct. I agree. Yes, she's a gorgeous 49, 50-year-old, probably shouldn't be going after 20, 30 years because that's her daughter's age. Yeah, that's her daughter's age. Male like Larsa Pimpin. Larsa Pimpin. Jeez, Louise. Well, she's not dating Michael Jordan's son anymore. Pammy, maybe you're talking about Married to Medicine, different ATL based show. I wondered if she was talking about that. Hey, perfectly Pamela. She says, "Hey, Dee Dee and crew." Yeah, I wonder if she was talking about that. I wasn't sure. Okay, all right. All right. So let me ask you guys. So Jack, I don't think we changed your mind, Jack, but geez, Louise, we want to. We definitely want to. We want to give you some hope. If you don't have hope, that's like a mindset set shift is needed right there because you got to have hope. All right. So now one of the things that I really want to talk about is somebody said that when we had Nadia on here, somebody said to her, maybe it was me. I think I asked that question for myself and Mel that we're being told that we're being picky because we have like our value list, right? Or our values, our core values is what she calls them. And so she said that you should be picky. If you're going to be picky about anything in life, you need to be picky about your husband. And I'm telling you, that statement liberated me because I've heard that for so long. And not just because she said it, but it makes perfect sense. And that's kind of what I've been saying, and maybe not in that way. But when she said, you should be picky, that's the one thing that you should definitely be picky about is who you're going to, marry and be in a relationship with. I thought that was a profound statement. And it's kind of like the way she said it, how it all came together. So what did you guys think about that when she said, if you're going to be picky about anything, it should be that? Did that give you like an aha moment? Because that gave me an aha moment. I was just like, wow, she is so right. Why am I leaned into the camera? I always do that. I've been trying to sit back and talk like this on my videos and not be all up on the camera, but I have a hard time with that. So, what do you guys think about that? That statement? If you're going to be picky about anything, it should be about your better half, your future spouse. And she said, "You said I like that question." Yeah, that was a good question, especially when you're somebody who's been told you're being picky. Light, what's up with this flickering light? I should have strobe lights on. I should do that's probably what I'm gonna need. Some strobe lights. Okay. What are you guys saying? I don't remember her saying that, but I truly have always believed that. Okay, very good. Yeah, she definitely said it. We talked about it. Yes, yes, you should be picky about the person you plan on spending your life with. I'm picky, and Lori says, I agree. I agree too. I think you should be picky. Now, one of the things, everybody's saying they agree. Great say that was a great statement. I thought that was like a profound, like that was so I'm gonna come back with that, Felicia, in other words, because I thought when somebody's telling me I'm picky, I'm gonna come back with the way she said it. I thought that gave me like some good thing to say the next time I hear that. And I've heard that more times than I care to admit. I remember hearing no one gets on men for being picky, but when a woman is, they get all kind of upset. It's not that men aren't picky, it's that it's accepted for a man to be and not for a woman to be. Yes, remember we talked about the whole men versus women, and people were saying in the chat, and I'm one of those too. I've never heard of, never heard of, I've never heard somebody calling a guy picky. And maybe they use the word particular, because I have a guy friend who, and like truly a guy friend who is particular. So I wonder if that could be it too. The idea of being particular versus picky. How come when it's women, it's always something negative? It has to have like a negative undertone to it. So the last thing I want to talk about, and I think this should be interesting, is let me see. Let me see. What else that I want to talk about? She talked about, and I talked to her after the live, and I thought this was also a profound statement she made. She believes that you have to, I don't know if it's meet your partner's energy, but balance it out. So she says, like, if you're coming home and you're having a rough day and you're, ranting and raving, and then your husband needs to come in and just kind of like bring it down a notch, like not match your energy. And let's say that's easy to do, right? If you're coming home complaining about coworkers. But what if you're coming home and you're complaining about something that you expected to be done around the house to be done, and it wasn't? And she's saying, if you come in with this rah, rah, rah energy, or if the guy or the partner is coming in with that rah, rah energy, you need to learn as the female, and I don't even know if it's exclusive to females, but she's coaching females, I would guess. She's saying you have to come with that right energy to kind of bring him down. So she says, if he's here, you have to come with that energy to bring him down. And she said, you would know, because you know your mate, right? You know your mate. So if he's on 10, you can't also be on 10, because then that's how you collide. What do you guys think about that? Especially the people that are married. So when your husband's on 10, are you coming in on 10, or are you coming in and kind of leveling him down? And if you're on 10, is he coming in on 10, or is he kind of bringing his down to kind of bring you down? And I thought that was good. And I know this is around the comment she made when Mel came. Remember, Mel came on stage and was asking her, heck, we should have played that again. Mel came on stage and was asking her questions, and she said, when a guy, instead of thinking of guys being intimidated by you, she says guys are not feeling safe with you. What do you think about that statement? So two good statements. What do you feel about matching his energy and bringing down his energy if it's up high? And what do you think about her saying, maybe we should tackle that one first. What do you guys think about the energy? Okay. So Pam says, oh, they definitely use different words for men in their taste in women for sure. Okay. Right. Women need to pick each other up and support and not tear them down. Yes. Good topic. My husband knows how to be a neutral person to calm me or between me and our adult daughter. He is a good umpire, or he's a peacemaker. Very good. So he practiced that, matching that energy, bringing the energy down. Have you, Delilah? Thank you, Delilah. I'm sorry, I've been MIA. Okay. Light, you can't stay off. We're going to be in the dark. This is really going to be Diva After Dark. Delilah says, where did I leave off? Jeez Louise. I missed my train of thought here. Okay, so that's it. So what do you guys think about the comment that she made? Felicia says, my husband told me he loves how calm I can be in the eye of a storm. I love that. Love that analogy. He knows how to calm you down as well. Okay, very good. Very good. I love that. Now that's an interesting show title, Diva After Dark. Yeah, we talked about that. That's good. That's good. We're gonna have to do that. Maybe in the summertime. Well, we'll do it like at late night. We'll see who's gonna stay up late night on YouTube. We'll do one later. All right, let's see. Diva After Dark. Isn't that funny? Love that, Felicia. Yes. So what do you guys think? This is the last kind of topic question I have. What do you guys think about how she said, Goodness, I lose my train of thought. What was the last one I just said? Oh, the question that Mel had. When she told Mel, she said, if somebody's telling you that if you're feeling guys are insecure around you, that means that they don't feel safe. What do you think about that? It kind of makes sense to me. What do you guys think about that? I think that's a good point, but it could be taken advantage of by the turned up. What do you mean turned up? Did I forget something? This could be taken advantage of by the turned up. This little light of mine, I'm gonna I wonder if this little light turns on. Now that I just thought, I'm like, this little light of mine. Let's see if this big light doesn't want to stay on. Maybe it has to be turned a certain way. But let me try this little light. I just want to see. Here's my new light. This light is supposed to like clip on. It's like a clip-on light. But now we're gonna see what this baby does when this light goes out. Let's see. This is too. Look at the light. I'm so into this light. Okay, let's see when that big light turns off with this little light. I'm supposed to be able to like hang it up here. Oh wait. Oh. All right, now I have to see when this other light goes out. We'll see what this is doing. Okay. Technical difficulties at hand. Okay, what are you guys saying? When guys feel insecure. Okay. What was the last question? I think that makes complete sense. Wait, okay, I'm trying to see if this new light is going to kick in when the old light kicks out. Oh, wait. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, we're going to see if this light is worth it. I could take this back. I could send this baby back. Okay. Okay. I think it seems like people always want women to always cater to men. Hmm. You said a word, Taisha. What do you guys think about that? David always comes to me when he's in need of some calming down. So you are the calming person. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, let's see. Lori, if a guy is insecure around me, then he's not the guy for me. Ooh, I feel like a man is really into you or wants to meet you. He's going to step up to you no matter what. I agree. I agree with that, Lori. We got to give her some confetti. I got to give you confetti on that. You said that. Bam. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes, very good. That's like, you sound like a confident woman. All right, so we agree with Lori. When a man acts controlling, yes, he is insecure. Nadia said it was because that's what men do when they don't feel safe. Okay. Okay. Very good. Pamela is saying yes, and Pammy is saying, well, I feel like when men blame you for cheating, it's usually because they are guilty of cheating based on my parents, based on watching your parents. Okay, yeah. Jeez Louise. Yes, I'm the calm one of both of us, but we are both hotheads in our own way. Hey, Bev, how are you? Bev, your eyes look like they're closing on that profile pic. It's going to put me to sleep. Beautiful pic. Pammy says, if a man is insecure, he may be feeling like they are not good enough, and maybe the lady is out of their league. I know that's what I think. That's my thinking usually with that. But according to the coach, we're wrong. If he feels like that, then he is. There's a reason people have these thoughts. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. You are insecure. Very good. Very good. Insecure. What is the cure for being insecure? Is there a cure for being insecure? I want to know that. So, can somebody chat GTP that? What is the cure? I'm going to look that up. What is the cure for being insecure? Oh, gosh. That is too funny. Okay, I'm looking this up, but I'm not on chat GTP. Now, wait. Now, do you guys know who Warren Buffett is? Do you guys know who he is? Now, this is what Warren Buffett says. Now, do you guys know who Warren Buffett is? He is a filthy rich investor. He is known for being a great stock market investor. Um, he's in his 90s. I want to say he's been married to his wife for a very long time too. They didn't say how many years, but I was about to look up the question I just asked, and instead of looking that up, when I went to get my to go to Google, oh, I got this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. We don't need you, big light. We got this little light. I'll put it down a little bit further. Okay. So Warren Buffett, he says, you guys know who he is? He says, you want to associate with people who are the kind of person you'd like to be. You'll move in that direction, which I think that's so true of friends. I really do think that's true of friends. And the most important person by far in that respect is your spouse. I can't overemphasize how important that is. So he's saying have a spouse that's the kind of person that's going in the same direction you want to go. He says you because you're also move in that direction. And have you guys ever heard, people will tell you, it's great to have friends that you grew up with and people that you know and are familiar with and all that, but you should always have friends that that what's the word I'm looking for? You should always have friends that have that standard of where you want to be and where you want to go. So you should have friends that, and I look at that like, well, when I, financially, I have some friends who I know a lot more than they do about, stocks and trading and all that. I have some friends who right there with me. And then I have some friends that are way, my daughter's godmother. Like I want to be where her and her husband are, in the financial setting. So, it's like people who I aspire to be. So I love that. And I think the same thing in a relationship. Isn't that cool? If you had somebody in a relationship, you're like, the heck, this guy is such a great human being. This guy is so nice and so cool and or whoever. I want to be like more like that person. I think that's so cool. Warren Buffett, we'll take that. I love me some Warren Buffett. Okay, what are you guys saying in the chat? You don't give away any center. What's it called? Center's story because I gotta still see it. Pam, that was your ex. He didn't feel worthy of you. Okay. Aw. The cure for being insecure is to get someone you're not insecure with. You get some more confetti. I love that. Oh, so Lori, I'm wondering, so do you have insecure friends? Do you have friends that are insecure, and how would you handle that? Besides just getting rid of them, is that what you would do? Is that what you're going to say? Because I doubt if people are getting rid of insecure friends, but maybe you guys are. You will spend your entire relationship trying to make him feel secure. Yeah, I guess, yeah. It's a huge no thank you for me. Some people need intensive therapy. And Felicia said, that's a word. Taisha, I love that. You said they need intensive therapy. Confidence, she says. One of my sister-in-law says her husband always feels insecure and that he isn't worthy of her. That's a recipe for disaster. I hate to say that. Taisha, that song, The Sinners movie. Okay, don't say any much more about that movie. Hello, Healthy Kitchen Wizard. I feel like we need you in here because I think you're married. She says, and it may be that she is so beautiful, and he says slim. Oh, and he says slim, and she has not always been successful with work and has had a weight problem sometimes. Maybe he doesn't think he looks handsome, I think. So you're saying your sister is beautiful and the husband is not so good looking or attractive, or he has weight or whatever, and so you think that that is what makes him insecure. Could be true, could be true. Darium, it's Darium, King Darium, Didi, Divas, Devos, and Friday Nighters. So it's Darium. We're wondering from a guy's perspective. We always like to get that male perspective. Um, what do you think? Because we had a guy in here, Jack. Jack might still be in the bushes, as you guys say, in the bleachers, hiding under the bleachers, hiding in the bushes. So he said that he is fat and he's unattractive and nobody likes him, and and he doesn't really see that's going to change. So I'm just like summing it up in basics, basic statement there. What do you think about that, is Jerem? And I said to him, there's somebody out there for everybody. I don't care if you think you're ugly, you're fat, whatever. I've seen people who, weren't lookers with somebody. And sometimes I've seen some people who weren't lookers with great looking people. So I don't think it's all about looks. I just don't. I am Insecurity is something internal that needs to be dealt with. You can only make someone feel as secure as they're able to. Beyond that, they need to address why they feel insecure. Yes. So how would you handle that in a friendship, Mel? I mean, not Mel, Pamela. Mel says, that's what I said, Mel. I saw Mel. Mel, I used that song for my reels yesterday. Hey, King Darium. I just had to say that because I like to say King Darium. That insecurity also causes jealousy. Yes, yes, yes. I have seen a lot, and then it tends to cause arguing, and the ladies can't even talk to other men without them getting upset. Yes, yes, yes. King Darium, Pam wants to hear a man's opinion too. A confident person is not an insecure person. You're right. It's been a recipe for disaster. Yeah, I can imagine. So you are married. Okay, very good. So we need some of that good old advice. I compare it with Beauty and the Beast. Well, again, that's because he's not secure. If he was secure, so I'm curious to know, because I always feel like if the person doesn't have looks, if a guy doesn't have looks, he tends to lead with his money, right? Some of them lead with personality, right? So it's looks, it's personality, or it's money. So does he have one out of the three, two out of the three? And you already told us he doesn't have three out of three. So what are the that he thinks, right? You're not saying you think this, you're saying he thinks this. So what are the two out of three? And if you had to choose, now everybody's going to say not looks, but I do think you got to be attracted to the person. I do think that. I told everyone you were. I told everyone you were. You were what? We teach people how to treat us. We do. We do. We do. In the bushes. Interesting. Simply Ty. I know some people who are confident in their career but insecure interacting with women. Why do you think that is, though, Darian? Exactly. Healthy Kitchen Wizard. Tonight, I wasn't in the chat bushes, other kind of bushes, but not the chat bushes. I love that. Yes, yes, yes. We love that. I do wish anyone who feels that way about themselves would go to therapy, work on themselves too, and change the lifestyle, work out. They would feel better about themselves. They would. Now, kinder words have never been spoken. I love that. They would feel better about themselves. I'm going to leave other kind of bushes alone. No, ask. We want to know. What do you mean other kind of bushes? I agree with teach people how to treat us, but also if we treat ourselves badly and allow others to do the same. A lot of folks are doing that. You hit it on the head. We got to give you some confetti. That is so true. That is so true. If we treat ourselves bad and we allow others to treat us bad. Yes, yes, yes. Lay your cards on the table. If they care, they will stay around. Okay, very good. Taisha was thinking the same thing. Do tell. Yeah, we want to know, Darian. Taisha and I have dirty minds. I love it. Looks matter some, capitalize some, but it's what's in their hearts that make all the difference. Now, do you agree with that? Will anybody in here be honest and say that looks matter some? Because we know nobody's going to say looks matter. That's your number one thing. But can anybody honestly say they really feel that too? Looks matter some. I'll wait. What do you guys think? What do you think about Healthy Kitchen Wizard 54, no less? What do you think about her statement? Looks matter some, but it's what is in their hearts that makes all the difference. Oh, okay, interesting. So it's Darian. What do you think about this? We need a guy's opinion too. Do looks matter some? What is up with my light? I feel like my little light. This little light of mine. See how the light gets different? What are you guys saying? I need to hug this light. Geez Louise. Okay. Lori says she agrees with that. Looks matter some. I want to know what you guys think about looks. Some men are nerds and amazing in their careers, and women make them nervous. They shut you down or they're intimidating. Okay. Well, we learned that you're not intimidated. You just don't feel safe. And that safe space, I mean, I think that safe is a good way to put it because a lot of times men say women are intimidating. They don't go up to them. You don't feel safe. You feel like you might get turned down. You feel like you don't know, you don't really know what she's going to say. So I love that term saying you don't feel safe. Oh, Kim J's agreeing. She says, I agree. Looks matter some. Okay, we got another one. It skipped me all the way down. Okay, wait. But there's a but. I feel like there's a record scratch. Maybe not. My attraction to someone isn't based on traditional looks. It's more the character. What do you mean traditional looks? True. Thankfully, beauty is subjective, but I have to be attracted to the person. Okay, so that's a yes. Some, but a good heart and great personality can overcome bad looks for you. Okay, very good. Looks matter some, but are insurmountable. Okay, so they're insurmountable. I agree with that. So basically, he's saying, looks matter, but well, he says, I thought you were saying looks are insurmountable. You're saying, are they? What do you guys think? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Okay, very good. But we know that, but we're saying, is it important to you? Absolutely. A person can be attractive and a jerk, and that would be a complete turn off. Okay, 100% Dee agree, Dee. I'm sure looks matter more to men than women. What do you think about that? Do looks matter more to men than women? Some good-looking people can be arrogant. Yeah, when they open their mouths, you do not want to be around them. That is so true. That is so true. I love that. So people in here, because I often say, I don't lead with looks, and I really believe I don't. So, what do you guys think you lead with? What do you lead with? I think I lead with my personality, to be honest. So you could either have looks, personality, or finances. Which one are you guys leading with? Ooh, I love that she wants to explain why she agrees with that. I love that. Okay, wait, I'm gonna scrolling. Um, okay, so Simply Tastes says, I'm a fan of confidence, not arrogance. Yes, 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 me too. Lori says, I'm gonna tell you why I agree. I had a man who was not attractive looking, but his personality was bomb. And guess what? All the women wanted to talk to him. So it really doesn't matter about looks. True, 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 true. I love that. Very true. Kim J, Sweet Healthy Life says, I already said that it matters some, but it's not the most important thing. It's character for me, like Mel said. Yes, I agree. I agree. Did I say you said that? I don't know. Maybe it's the way I read it. I don't know. True, Taisha, you can overcome not being good looking, but you can't overcome a bad personality. All right, very good. Personality. I guess the consensus is that looks matter to both men and women. For men, it certainly does. Are you trying to say, Darren, it does not? I lead with personality. Okay, yeah, I want to know, Darian, what are you leading with? Everybody's gonna say personality, I bet. And I think I lead with personality. What do you guys lead with? Is anybody, so I guess the better question is anybody leading with their looks or financial? Um, there is a saying, beauty is only skin deep. It's what's in the heart that matters the most. That is so true. I love that. We're gonna have to give you some confetti and wake me up while we're at it. Yay! I love that. Confetti. All right, very good. Love it. Okay. Pam says, right, I do feel like you need to have an attraction to be interested first, then a personality. And okay, very good. I agree. Somebody saying no, Darium. Male saying no. Personality, looks, finances, probably in that order, but you do need both. Okay, very good. Well, that's three. All three. I'm sorry. Okay. I was like, well, wait a minute. That's three. Okay. I don't lead with anything. I'm a hermit. Okay. Okay. You don't lead with you got to lead with something. Nah, you're not getting off on that. That's too easy peasy. That's my order too, Kim. I feel like, wait, what's her order again? Okay. Personality, looks, finance. Okay. I feel like someone with a good personality, a good sense of humor. Okay, very good. We now, we know you've deleted it, and Dee Dee is going to be confused. Yes. Oh, well, now you've deleted it, and I'm going to be confused. Okay, Team Hermit. Oh, you're a hermit. You feel like you're a hermit too? Geez, Louise. All right, all right, all right. So, all right. So, any questions for? We had a guy in here. What? Any questions for Darium? It's Darium. Before we leave, I'm trying to think what can because he was here at the. He didn't come during Nadia, did he? I don't think he was. If he was in the bushes. He didn't come out and just being out and about. So, any questions for the? We have the resident guy. What did I delete? I don't know what you deleted. Is anybody celebrating anything before we leave? I'm celebrating that new membership we have with Harjarine and now Dr. Bobby, even though Dr. Bobby she's probably watching her grandkids right now. I was trying to go up in the chat. It's just too much chatting. Oh, here we go. Bam. Bam. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. All right, here we go. So let's scroll all the way down. Are you guys celebrating anything? I'm going to check out the chat. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was doing other things. I led with my bubbly personality, and I'm going to try to look cute too. I love that. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. As you said, I'm coming with my bubbly personality. Let's see. It seems we always have that mindset too. Okay. Mindset to work on. Yes, yes, yes. Well, before we leave, I just hope, Pam, I hope you're feeling more confident than you were when you came in here, because they were on it, giving you that good feedback. And Jack, wherever you are out there in YouTube land, in the YouTube streets, Jack, you got to get some confidence. You got to be hopeful. I guess that's my word for you, is hopeful. You got to keep hope alive. Because if you think it's not going to work out, or you're never going to find somebody, you probably won't, right? You got to be confident. I always tell people, go out there with that Michael Jordan air about yourself. Not arrogant, right? Confident. Not arrogant, but confident. That confidence, that knowing you can do it, you're going to do it, you're going to meet somebody. I'm saying this to myself. I'm going to meet somebody, and it's just so it'll happen when it'll happen. All right, so it's Darium says, I lead with looks followed by confidence and the aura that draws people to me. Oh, okay. All right, you got a way with words, so I can imagine that would be true. So you lead with looks. I love that. I love that you said that, because nobody else has said that. I'm celebrating just how darn blessed I am. Thank God. Me too. Me too. There's someone for everyone. I agree. I believe that 100%. And you're not too large to find love. I don't think so either. I don't. I'm happy with myself for flying to Charlotte, North Carolina to join an event called Beautiful Mind and Pop Recovery System with fellow bariatric and GOP users. All right, very good. Stay positive. Yes, yes, yes. You got to stay positive, especially if Jack is out there listening. Yes, Mel, thank God for everything. I love the show with Dr. Now. He has people who always had a boyfriend, girlfriend, and even though they were big, right? They had a boyfriend and girlfriend in tow. I love that. I met with like-minded friends, and we have a support group meetings and Zoom so they can also lift you up. I love that. At King Darium, aren't you serious? No, I must have missed what you guys are talking about. Wow, Pam, that's outstanding. That is outstanding. That's touching. Yes. Thank you for all your support and helping me feel better. Yes, yes, yes. Darian, thanks for participating. Yes, Darian, we love that. I did shout Darian out for being a member. I did. All right. So just so you guys know, tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm going live on Sunday or not. I think I might still be. But tomorrow, definitely, I have my members only live. That is at noon. I had to put it at that time because my daughter and I are going to a confirmation tomorrow. A confirmation of one of her friends, one of my good friends, her niece. And so that's pretty cool, right? So we're going there. I think they're having something at her house afterwards. So I'll be doing that. So I'm not sure Sunday if I'm going live or not, but I think I am still. I'll just check my post. Hopefully you got your notification bells tapped in. And so yeah, I have a busy morning. My dad is taking my daughter out tomorrow to get, I think they want to buy a Mother's Day gift. I think he's taking her. Isn't that so sweet? I think he's taking her to do it. But yeah, so if you're a member and you can make it in there, come on in and chat it up at 12 noon. And then before that, I'm going to try to make it to Delilah's live, and then I'll have to leave out and go, because I think Delilah's still going live. I think Delilah said she was still going live. I know it was for the month of April, and then I think they voted to keep it up in May, or she decided. I don't know how that went. But anyway, you guys have a great week. Have a happy Mother's Day. That's right. Happy Mother's Day. If I don't see you guys, happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your mom. Enjoy your children if you have children. If you don't, enjoy your mom. If your mom's not here, enjoy somebody that's in the role of that caretaker for you, that mom. It's not always, it doesn't always have to be your mom. It could be a friend. It could be a spouse. It could be a family member. Because I realize that everybody doesn't have children, and everybody doesn't still have their moms around. So it could be a grandmother, it could be an aunt, an uncle, anybody is in that role of a caregiver. If you're a teacher, this was Teacher Appreciation Week. So I felt appreciated as a teacher this week. And teachers are like moms. They really are, especially the good ones, They really are. So I would say everyone have a safe, healthy, and happy weekend and stay blessed. Stay blessed. And remember, we're too blessed to be stressed, right? We're too blessed to be stressed. See you guys, some of you tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Bye. My light is saying bye. Good night. Love you guys.